everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been a pretty crazy week in Chicago, Illinois for Adepticon 2017. I drove out there with Ryan Carlson and Bill and Tim. And Tim had made us up some nice WahooWarrior Bolt Action Nebraska shirts. Then we also met Josh and Blake from the Sioux City Bolt Action Nebraska group. So it was pretty nice that there was 6 of us from our area representing us out there. Day 1 was actually not until the evening. It started at 6 o'clock, so we actually had plenty of time this year to walk around, see a lot of the vendors, see some of the other game systems. Usually I just get there and I'm like right into games, and I don't do a lot of that. So it was really enjoyable. And the first event was in the evening. It was Combat Patrol, and if you've been following some of my videos, then you know I was going back and forth trying to look at maybe taking it. I started with French, and then I went to German, and I was looking at variations of German. And then I wasn't sure that we're going to have a minor power category. It ended up getting pulled because the printer guy makes the awards didn't make it or something. But so they just ended with Axis and Allied. But I went back to French because they changed the point structure to 500 from my original. That's what took me off French. But so I've got 6 veteran infantry, and then another 6 veteran infantry, 6 veteran cav with 6 veteran cav. I got the free medium howitzer. I did pay the 10 points for the spotter. I got a unit of 11 Singhalese or regulars with tough fighter, and that little radio guy there is just a spotter. So it is a full strength squad though. I do have a lieutenant. I decided to use this little model for the lieutenant because he had a submachine gun. I believe my lieutenant is inexperienced. I have an inexperienced Lorraine carrier with no machine gun on it, and a 5-man regular infantry squad with just rifles, and then the FT-17. It's basically a 7 armor, pitifully slow, and so it means even on a run order it can only go 6 inches, but you don't have to test for the 1-man turret. It does have the 1-man turret rule. So that's my list. You can't get much in the 500. I had the fortunate, was fortunate because you were able to see the 3 scenarios that they had selected, and I felt like this list gave me the best chance for success in the 3 different scenarios. The way the scenarios ran were there was a win, draw, loss. There was no major, minor, or but there was a bonus point for first kill, and then there was also first unit killed, and then there was little cards you could play. Out of the 3 matches, you had 5 cards. You can only use each card once, and depending on what you chose, you can get bonus points, whether it be 5, 3, or 1, or 0. So here's just some pictures of some of the other armies. This looks like I didn't face this army, but a couple 6-man, look, jungly, was that a Matilda or something? Neat. I mean, you don't get a lot at 500. It makes every single order dice important, makes all your decisions important. This was all supposed to be played on a 4x4 board as well, but they had already laid out a bunch of the 6x4s with terrain, and it didn't get adjusted, so the tournament organizer just had us go with it, which actually I think favored my army a bit more. Here's another scenario, another army. Looks like a little Humber armored car, 2 Bren carriers. That's kind of cool. 5-man squads, very mobile. See, very mobile jeeps. He's actually got transport jeeps with, looks like a lieutenant with 2 helpers, and then 3 dudes of some sort, maybe a flamethrower. So you've got mobility is key in a lot of the combat patrol type stuff, especially with the 3 scenarios already shown up. Here's Bill's list, his Polish 2-corps. He just went Polish for all 3 events, team, and I switched it up. I went French, German, and then Romanian from the Nationals. Yeah, he's got some regular squads, lieutenant. He's got the bear there, pretty cool model. He's got a Stuart, late war Stuart over there as well. Here's Tim. Tim's list. Tim is a really good player. You can see the oddball army back there in that crate. I did set them out for the event. Jeremy on day 2 and 3 was very helpful in selling them from the judges table. Sold quite a few tickets. Very happy with that. Yeah, Tim's got a BA. He's got a truck with a machine gun, a vet squad, inexperienced free squad, and I think another inexperienced rifle squad that he paid for. Here's looks like paratroopers. Yeah, paratrooper list. Pretty cool. I was just running around shooting. I didn't get all of the armies. There was, I think, 16 combat patrol lists. That maybe. I think it was 16. It sold out really fast because it's really nice in the evening. You know, you have the day off. If you get into town, and then you have something to play. Here's a little. What is that? Looks like a Tetrarch. Maybe it's a late war Stuart as well. And some Americans. Not very many order dice. But yeah, nice little list. Nobody bothered really with display boards. If they used a display board, usually it was just what they're planning to use later. Just because there wasn't any kind of overall for combat patrol that I remember. There may have been. It was a blur, I tell you. The whole weekend was a blur. The whole week. There's a neat little Kuba wagon. Look at a heavy field car. I like that model quite a bit. 5 guys, cheaper version. Some sort of field gun thing there. Light machine gunner guy. Yeah, nice looking army. Germany. Very cool. Like that objective marker. Oh, because you're supposed to have objective. This army, I did play against this one. Great guy. I played him in Adepticon last year. He was French in the Nationals. Gorgeous little display board. Very ingenious. It's an ammo box. And he's got his units laid out there. He's got a Sherman. He's got the Jeep with the 2 machine guns to the front, 2 to the back. Couple squads of regular infantry, although I do take a closer picture of this squad. They look, you know, like you could definitely use them as veterans, but he's just running them as regular. He's got a lieutenant and stuff. So my first match is against an American opponent, and the objective is to get off the board. I'll be going to a video of that shortly, but I won. We both could get off the board. I was feeling pretty confident about my ability to get to his board edge, although I do try to shoot myself in the foot. I think I lost the roll. Oh, this is Jackson's army for combat patrol. I interviewed him a little bit later about his 1,250 point list. Great guy from down in Kansas City area. Very enthusiastic about his German army. But anyway, so I won the roll. I think I had to deploy and stuff first, and I think I made some errors in what I was going to do. For some reason, I thought I was really worried about his bazooka, but it couldn't come until turn 2. Hey, welcome to day 1. This is a bolt action combat patrol. We're starting off in the evening. My opponent first is going to be Brian. Brian, where are you from?
I'm from Madison, Wisconsin.
Madison, Wisconsin. Outstanding. You were at Adepticon last year?
No, this is my first one, actually.
Awesome. Have you been to any other events?
Nope, just doing the bolt action track all weekend.
How new are you to bolt action?
I've played for a while.
Okay.
At least a couple years.
What's your history, miniature-wise?
I used to play Warhammer Fantasy for
that's my track
a long
too.
time. Probably more than 15 years I played that, and then I think I was introduced to bolt action slightly before Age of Sigmar came out, and then when Age of Sigmar came out, I kind of switched to mostly bolt action.
Yeah,
but now I'm playing a little bit of both.
Awesome. And what did you bring today?
I solely play Americans, mostly late war. So I got a late war infantry.
Could you go over your army list for me?
Yeah.
500 points is what we're playing.
500 points. I do have all infantry. There's 3 almost identical squads. They're all regular. The NCO has a SMG. 2 of them have 2 BARs, and 1 of them only has 1 BAR.
All right.
And then I have some support of a MMG, bazooka.
What? 1 hour and
sniper, and then a regular second lieutenant as well.
Awesome.
So everything's regular.
Okay. We just finished turn 1. We did a deployment, finished turn 1. I made some errors. I should have the tank on the board on the road because I forgot his bazooka. He put it in reserve, couldn't come in until turn 2. I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking. And then I also thought about my truck being there. I could have ran it down there to get off the board. But whatever, we're going to recover. First game, that's why we're doing these combat patrols, get these things out. We got some American machine gun over there in ambush. We got some infantry running up through. Sniper there. Kill the guy and put a pin on there, and run up there. All right.
Wahooligans flying along. We just started turn 4. I've had a little order check issues. We shot up a cavalry unit. I did great. I had all the first order dice. Killed 2 things. Shot up my cavalry. Killed 3. I failed my order check. Yeah, that was turn 1. Blew that apart. And I'm just kind of trying to dodge his bazooka with my carrier. So that's what we're looking at. All right. So I did horrible in videotaping. We were just cruising right along. Feel bad for that. Should have taken a picture before we started picking up miniatures. I ended up just bum rushing the middle and getting I wrecked a cavalry unit and then got them off the board, and then I ran my lieutenant off. He assaulted my Lorraine carrier with the inexperienced infantry in it, but it was across this wall, so I was able to go Simon, was able to kill his lieutenant, and I had ran 3 things off the board. Then my howitzer hit his squad and wiped it out. That was in my deployment zone. So major victory. With my 5-point bonus, I played the card where there's a terrain feature that I had to keep enemy away from. I just picked something in his deployment zone. So, got my full, and I got first blood, so 16 points. Yay! Well, it was a good match. It was a tough one for this army with no mobility and all this cover and me being so mobile. So, yay.